Okay, it wasn't funny at the time, but it is very funny today. The week we were graduating, the night before we had our baccalaureate practice, 3 cars left the varsity drive-in to drive to the Seabreeze campus to decorate with paint the statue of the Cuban liberator Jose Marti.
Jose Marti on the campus of Seabreeze High School. And the time we were to graduate, we decided that somebody decided. We never did really find out where, in all this conversation and 50 years later, we didn't figure out exactly who all was involved. But at any rate, different stories emerged on what happened. But at any rate, some group of us painted the statue, and as we were practicing for graduation, the police came in and just picked out names of people, and they knew who was in car what and where they were sitting and all this kind of, and there were some underclassmen involved. And of course back then the deal was, if you didn't go through practice, then you didn't graduate as the go through the ceremony. And so that's probably that is the highlight of a whole bunch of folks.
Oh, and the presents, the presents at Christmas time, the way he would wrap them, and it could be a basketball, and it would look like an Egyptian figure, and nobody else could do that.
I don't know. Well, Art likes peanut butter cookies, so Lorraine made a bunch of them. And somehow or another, Holmes and Linda just happened to be there that same time, evening about 7 o'clock, and we had cookies stuffed in bags everywhere. We got his attention in the morning. He called us a couple few names. He called us.
So you had cookies stuck everywhere?
We had cookies stuck in the bins, in the drawer, hanging on the deer antlers. We had a good time.
This is a story that happened before I was even born, and it may have been before Mom and Dad were even married. But I know Paco's known for ribbing people, and I know Mom came over to Dad's house, to Paco's house one time, and
Lloyd and I were dating, and I think it was in the late 70s, and it was when Evel Knievel was very, very famous, and he was riding his motorcycles and doing all the stunts, and he jumped Snake Canyon on his motorcycle, or he attempted to. It was a rocket motorcycle or something, I don't remember. But I remember one night I was at Lloyd's house.
Paco was on the phone, and evidently either a phone call came or he just made it up that a phone call came.
The phone rang, and Holmes went and got the phone and came back and told me it was a phone call for me, and I was thinking, well, who could be calling me,
But the story he told my mom, he said, Ann, Evel Knievel just called, and he said that for his next stunt, his next, really fantastic stunt, he wants to try and jump your mouth.
And so I went to the phone and I said, well, who is it, Holmes? And Holmes says it's Evel Knievel. He wants to know if he can jump your mouth.
And, some of you may find that funny. I find it hilarious for various reasons.
So I have never ever forgotten that story. It's my very favorite story in regards to Holmes.
My dad was always teasing and always picking on somebody in a nice way that they would laugh too. But my cousin Llewellyn, who moved from Florida to Virginia, he would mail her cockroaches in the mail just because he would do that.